If I could speak frankly, it's just that Ole Miss has no shot against us.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. He is Daniel. I am Clint. Together, we are Locked On Bulldogs. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel, FanDuel.com. More on them in a moment. But welcome into the number one sports network of all of podcasts in all the world that is Locked On. Hey, if you haven't done so already, head on over to LockedOnBulldogs.com. .supercast.com, LockedOnBulldogs.supercast.com. Sign up to become an everydayer. We did our first weekend of exclusive content for the everydayers who
the
are
all access plan,
the all access,
the exclusive content.
You got the newsletter, you got the videos, you got the texting, you got the whole thing.
Yeah,
with Daniel and I, we watched all the games so far. This weekend, we're coming to you right now. Oregon has yet to play, but I think I know how that outcome is going to come. So,
well, what if it doesn't? You look like an idiot right now. If it didn't go that way, boy, don't you look like an idiot.
Can we just...
The Ole Miss game just ended. The Oregon game has not even kicked. So, to be fair, we have no idea what happens in that game.
No.
But we did watch Oklahoma.
Brent Venables has the first time of anybody that you have a 17-point lead and you blow it because
17-0.
You don't know how to coach.
Oh,
at home field,
no.
You don't know how to coach. My goodness. We then saw Miami, who again, by the way, your boy over here. I didn't make the cover. Didn't make the cover for the Ole Miss game. I get that, I understand, but I did have Alabama and I did have Miami. I took Miami on the money line. That's how confident I was.
Oh, I sprinkled them heavy on the money line.
I mean, if you didn't see Marcel Reed becoming Marcel Reed if you didn't know the most fraudulent schedule in the SEC got you one of the top things, then I couldn't help you. Of course, Miami was beating the tar out of them, and they frankly did. That game, I know, was close, was one score game, but it was not close. Like, looking at it, it was not a close game.
One team missed multiple field goals, right? I know Texas A&M did miss the one field goal, had the field goal blocked. Missed multiple field goals. It should have been a much bigger margin. Texas A&M dominated the first half. The first half.
Demoralizing.
3-0 at halftime. Should have been more.
It was real bad.
Yeah, Miami gets the win. Miami moves on. And then the game of interest to us, Ole Miss Tulane. Ole Miss comes out, they flex on them. The later we got in the week, Clint, I know this sounds like anybody can get on here and say this. I'll send you a link to my FanDuel account. I went and bet Ole Miss heavy enough to cover my losses for the Tulane bets that I had placed earlier in the week. So I'm actually financially doing better because Ole Miss won. Because I went hard in the paint. Yeah. I saw this coming. The later I got in the week, the more I thought, this is the Ole Miss Lane Kiffin middle finger Super Bowl, right? This is the, hey, Lane Kiffin, we don't need you. We hate you. Go away. We're better off without you. We don't want you anymore. We got Pete Golding now. We got all that we need, like, in the bag. This was the Ole Miss screw you, Lane Kiffin Super Bowl of the year.
Yes.
And they came out early and they looked every bit of it.
They did.
A little bit of a lull in the middle, but then, this is a classic. This is just an overmatched team.
It was the talent composition. And look, other Locked On hosts may talk about refereeing and injuries. We will not. Okay, just to be clear, I will
We win, so we don't have to make excuses.
I will just commentate on this game. Tulane have everybody out. I mean, that secondary was bad to begin with. The first drive you saw exposed how bad they are at coverage. The front seven, their linebackers just are not athletic. They look like they're circa 1998 out of the program, the movie. Like, that's what these linebackers look like.
They look like a group of five team, if I may. I mean, I don't mean to be that guy.
Hold on.
But they look like exactly what they are, and we're giving them a spot in the playoff because...
Again, I'm going to go after this and watch the Oregon game and have the same exact reaction.
Why?
But we're going to do this. We're going to break down the game. We're going to talk about the ramifications, the biggest headlines coming out of the game, the biggest ramifications for Georgia. So let's just talk about how Ole Miss looked in this game. And they looked exactly how they did earlier. Like this game went it was a repeat of what happened earlier in the year. They dominated offensively. Tulane made boneheaded mistakes, stupid decisions. By the way, Florida, love you a great deal. Your coach literally went into Little Giants, made a play out of Little Giants, and brought it to the college football landscape. And you are all happy and proud that he is your next head coach.
That's Little Giants starring Rick Moranis. Your coach stole a play from that movie.
Guys, it's embarrassing for you. If you don't know that, that's okay. You will in time.
SEC. SEC.
Whatever, guys. I just can't.
Congratulations to the SEC for already losing 2 college football playoff games. So that's going great for us. And we beat Tulane. So that's good. And by the way, when I say we, I mean they, because I cheer for one team, and they're not an SEC team. They're the University of Georgia.
Thank you.
We could be an independent. We could be in the Big 10. We could be in the Big 12. Move us wherever you want.
Don't care.
We're Georgia. We're going to win games, and that's why we're good. Not because of the conference affiliation and the strength of schedule, and it makes you look better when the other teams in the league.
We'll keep winning. Guys,
why don't we just beat everybody by 100, and then that'll be it?
Well, this isn't Georgia basketball, so we can't beat them by 100. But
so we've reached the Georgia basketball.
No, hold on.
Here we go. All right,
next week.
I'm so surreal in this.
Here's the deal. The Ole Miss football team looked exactly what they were. Pete Golding did not, in fact, impress me with play calling. It was just better players beating better, executing better, fumbles and interceptions and penalties and bad fourth down. You couldn't get 6 inches on a fourth down tush push to save your life. Like
you lost 6 inches.
You went
6-inch ribbon curls, honey. 6 inches.
That's where you went. You went backwards. So this game did not impress me. It was exactly what was previous, exactly what we thought was going to happen in this game.
It's literally exactly what happened earlier in the season.
No, I mean,
literally
red zone offense for Ole Miss, interceptions, fumbles, misplays, fourth down, like couldn't connect, couldn't do it. Receivers open. Retzlaff couldn't hit his guys. Ole Miss defense looked exposed at times, and if receivers running wide open down the field, Retzlaff couldn't get to. So beat your chest, Ole Miss, truly and honestly.
Yeah, we're going to come back in the second segment. I'm going to talk about the thing that I saw Ole Miss do well that gives me confidence for the Georgia game on New Year's Day coming up.
I like this.
And then
I'm going to add a second one that Tulane did horribly, that we do really well now, and that will give you more confidence. So
we're going to do that in the second segment. And then in the third segment, Clint, don't let me forget, remind me, I have a Pete Golding thought. I'm going to save it for the third segment. The third segment, people deserve it.
But he was our first choice.
Let me get to the third segment, but first these.
Okay. These are, in fact, Wayfair. Daniel, Wayfair is fantastic. You need to go over there right now. Holidays are new and here and better than ever.
Holidays are not new. Holidays have been there for a while, Clint.
They're new season to us, and maybe you need new things in your life for the holiday season.
Yeah,
Daniel,
I'll accept that.
Quick room refresh, new bedding. How about that? Seasonal touches. Wayfair makes it easy to get what you need. Wayfair is truly one-stop shop for everything home, decor, furniture, kitchen, everything that you need going on. The selection is huge. Bedding, decor, kitchen gear, kids' room updates. Look, everything that you want to find, you will find in one place. Get last-minute hosting essentials, gifts, all for your loved ones. decor to celebrate the holidays for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to stock up on all things home. The wayfair.com. Wayfair, every style, every home, but that's not all, Daniel. We also have FanDuel. FanDuel is fantastic. I understand about FanDuel, but you and I, we know a great deal about FanDuel.
I understand quite a bit about them. Yeah. My account's looking rather nice.
Rather nice. And it's because NFL season, college season continues to go, and everything is great when it's live. So when you're reacting in real time, it's even better. FanDuel lets you put bets on action as it unfolds. Every drive, every momentum shift, every highlight has an opportunity for you to get in on the action. And when you do, live spreads and money lines adjust instantly on FanDuel. It's why one of the reasons that Daniel and I love them, and the exclusive home of all of our betting needs. You want to get right in the middle of the action. Head to FanDuel.com, place your NFL and college football bets all season long. FanDuel, the game moves fast, and so can you. You said to the people that something Ole Miss did well that gives you confidence.
That's right.
For next week or in a week and a half as we play them on New Year's. What is that thing that they did well? Describe that first in this game.
Yeah. And I'll just to get out ahead of it, it's something that they did well when they played us earlier in the year. It's something that you and I stood in the stands and watched them do well before you turned around.
I was going to say, I didn't see
eye contact. Yeah. Well, you watched this because this was when it was going poorly for us. You watched all of this. This was before you made the critical moves.
I did.
Ole Miss's offense is predicated around you being scared of the deep shot.
There it is.
And so you give your corners about 12 yards of cushion. And we stood up and we watched this game and just screamed pre-snap. What are we doing? Why are we so far off these receivers? There's an obvious easy access yardage out there, and then these receivers are talented and they're dynamic, and they take that easy access 5-6 yards and they turn it into 50, 60 yards down the field because they are quite talented. We saw that against Georgia.
The hitch and miss tackle. The hitch and go.
So you on Twitter were berating Tulane for all their missed tackles. Well, that's the same thing Georgia did against this Ole Miss. That is this Ole Miss offense. That's the reason Trinidad Chambliss finished 8th in the Heisman voting. That's the reason that this Ole Miss offense was really good all year.
Yeah.
It's these easy access yards that they get, and it's not, I want to get out ahead of this now.
Go ahead.
It's not the Georgia Mike Bobo screen game to Zachariah Branch. It's a different thing.
It is.
The screen game to Zachariah Branch is predicated on wide receiver perimeter blocking. It is predicated on physicality.
Dylan Bell.
In order to create big plays. This is predicated on a defense being scared, which Georgia was in the first meeting against Ole Miss. Glenn Schumann, Kirby Smart, scared out of their minds by Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss Jr. And therefore, they had the corners back 12, 13 yards. They gave up the easy access yards because they were terrified of the big play over the top.
Yeah.
That's what we saw tonight, but that's not the Georgia defense anymore.
No,
Clint.
Sir.
You understand? Georgia now realizes, especially after the SEC championship game against Alabama, which, by the way, I'm not sure if you watched the game last night, but Alabama, a bit more success on the ground against an Oklahoma defense that I was told was
defense.
elite.
Oh, no.
So Georgia now realizes, Glenn Schumann realizes, KJ Bolden, Zion Branch or Ja'Cory Thomas or whoever you are back there.
I honestly, at this point, I don't care who the other safety is.
Don't matter. Because do you know where he is?
Go ahead.
He's 20 yards deep, Clint. I mean, he is back there. He ain't even remotely engaged in the box. He's not coming downhill. He don't deep as the deepest and says, you could try to beat me underneath all day. I'm not scared of the deep shot down the field. Do you know what that allows the corners to do?
Go ahead, tell the people.
The corners now sit a little bit tighter on the outside because they don't have to worry about getting burned over the top because they know that there's a safety there to help if they do. And so the corners step up. So because Georgia can take 7 defenders or 6 defenders, depending on the scheme, and categorically stop the run, like full stop the run. Because they can do that, which earlier in the year they could not do. They were not as sure of that. Because they can do that, now all of a sudden Glenn Schumann says, I can play too high. I can play my corners in a little bit more of a press coverage on the outside, the way that Kirby always loves to play them.
Loves to do it. Thank you.
And then I don't have to worry about the run game. By the way, Keywan Lacey, how you doing?
Let's get to the third segment. By the way,
we'll get that. Don't have to worry about the run game. No. And now these easy access yards on the side are not there, which means, Clint, lean in for this one.
Go ahead.
Trinidad Chambliss is going to have to beat you by being a quarterback.
Because the last 3 drives that Georgia in the fourth quarter against Ole Miss before, when Trinidad Chambliss had to become a quarterback,
what happened then?
Throwing grounders to shortstop.
He was bowling the ball
instead of actually because now again, Ole Miss fan, thanks for being here. Trinidad Chambliss is not a good quarterback. Incredible athlete.
He's a great football player.
Great system within Charlie Weiss's offense. It's puts up points and can play football. Is not good as a quarterback. It's Milroe. Milroe can beat you. Okay.
John Mateer comes to mind.
Gosh.
That guy, by the way.
Oh my god.
He's throwing submarine. He's like a reliever coming out of the pen. He looks
like a cartoon octopus with the amount of angles that his arm goes through in the throwing motion. It's like I'm watching like Aquaman. And I'm just like, what is going on? Why are you underwater? Okay.
John Mateer is so bad. Trinidad Chambliss is not that bad.
He's a better. He's a far better Mateer.
But he approaches he's in the neighborhood.
He's there. The Venn diagram far easier. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing that Georgia is doing a lot better that Ole Miss really sucked at, and it piggybacks right on what you were saying.
Okay.
2 high safeties. KJ Bolden actually able to read a defense. Aguero coming down in the box, but then having ability to backpedal if need, and then the other safety, whoever's healthy enough to do that, playing back. It allows one, and I am beyond thrilled. I don't keep hammering this because I was right. It just so happens it's nice to be right, Daniel. But I'm not. Ellis Island and having a lockdown guy. Because here's what changes. I'm going to walk you through what a quarterback does as he approaches the line and does checks and has receivers. If all of a sudden you look out and Ellis Robinson is 5 yards off the ball, which is what Tulane did to the wide receivers. Okay, you got 2 high safeties. Whatever they're going to do, they're mask a lot. They might come down the box. Whatever they're going to do, Kirby might blitz. But if you look over and Ellis Robinson's 5 yard off the ball, you're thinking to yourself, oh, he's given cushion. This is great. I have a quick read over here, a screen I might be able to check. But here's the difference that Tulane sucked at. The moment the ball was snapped, and even pre-snap, cornerbacks were already leaning back and doing a quick. They had a quick 2 steps back before they hit in the bucket to come downhill.
Even when they simulated press coverage, Clint, to your point, by the time the ball was snapped, they were a good 8-9 yards off the line.
Here's the difference when you play Ellis Robinson and this Georgia secondary. His heels are 5 yards and he's staring down receiver, but the heels don't move at the snap of the ball. 2 things true. 1, he has enough catch-up speed to go ahead and recover. We've seen that already. 2, you're not getting past him because he's elite in reading right now in physicality, and he's sitting on your stupid hitch game. And even Pete Golding said, and a whole bunch of Charlie Weiss, everybody on the sideline was saying, we're going to keep hitting that hitch until they suck up, and then we're going to hit them deep. I beg you, Trinidad Chambliss, beg you. With how this defense is playing right now, Ellis Robinson is going to bait you into an interception. He's going to come up and press. He's going to get in the hip pocket. He's going to start running with the defender. You name the receiver, he's quicker than them. And he's going to outleap them on a 50-50 ball for an interception. That's the difference. Now, you said take away the deep ball. Yeah, our safeties are back there. And our corner, who's not scared of anybody, is giving no room. You don't have the screen game. You don't have the hitch game. You don't have the threat of the deep ball. Now you actually have to do, again, like you said, two things. One, quarterback, and two, you have to run the ball. Now.
Oh, no.
Now we'll miss.
Oh, no. No. We may need to get into the third segment for this. Oh, no.
We'll come right back and talk about it. But this is, in fact, first Rocket Money. Ever felt like your money just disappear? It just happens so quick. Subscriptions, impulse buys. Rocket Money helps you get clarity and track every dollar. Stay in control of your finances. Rocket Money does the heavy lifting for you so you can save time and money without the stress. It's very easy. Rocket Money automatically builds budgets based on your past spending. Keeps track of everything without overthinking it, which is fantastic. Take control of your finances. Cancel unwanted subscriptions with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/lockedon today. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon. rocketmoney.com/lockedon. But that's not all, Daniel. Our fine friends over at Georgia Access have a message for you. Have your health or family needs changed recently? Georgia's got you covered. Georgia Access is our state's marketplace for Georgians to compare, apply, and enroll in health insurance plans that offer the best value for the individual needs. Open enrollment is happening now. Visit georgiaaccess.gov today. Georgia Access, health insurance for Georgia by Georgia.
You mentioned, Clint, that Ole Miss might need to run the ball. And yeah, I don't know how to say this politely, but the Ole Miss running backs carried the ball for a whopping 44 yards against Georgia.
No, that can't be
the first meeting.
No,
that is accurate.
It is accurate.
That's exactly how many yards they rushed for in the first meeting, which is, to say it's below their season average is it's a bit of an understatement. Their season average is 177 rushing yards per game, and they rushed for 44 against Georgia. Now, Georgia did not play well defensively in that game. Also, Kejuan Lacey was fully healthy in that game.
Yeah.
Is Kejuan Lacey fully healthy right now, Clint?
Let me tell you this right now. And I am not a physical therapist. I'm not a trainer, but I can tell you this. Having done this to my shoulders a lot, that shoulder popped out and popped back in. It's not a dislocation. It's not, but it is a subluxation. He coming out a second time and holding it the way that he did. Everything in that shoulder is so loose right now that it just wants to fall right back out. Okay. That is not going to heal in 1 week.
He will play against Georgia.
I'm sorry. Yes. Let me say this. He will have a harness. He will be limited in practice. He will have a jersey on, whatever color they designate as a non-contact jersey. He will have that on all week. He will have a harness and he will play. But the moment the first hit from CJ Allen, Raylan Wilson, Big Joe, Elijah, Chris Cole, the very first hit, the first screen that he gets where he's looking back at the quarterback and our guys are screaming up.
The first time he gets Nate Frazier'd, if you will.
Yes, thank you. That was a good pull from last game. He will come out and he will be to be determined the rest of the game. He'll come back and forth because he's not going to be fully healthy. And he's their bell cow. Guys, he's their dude. He had 15 carries today. The next closest running back, Taylor, had 4. He averaged 5.8 yards per carry.
And that was with him not being in there during garbage time.
So Trinidad Chambliss is the second leading rusher on this team. So if they don't have a healthy
Trinidad Chambliss will be the leading rusher against Georgia on January the 1st. I can promise you that.
I promise you that whether through scrambling or designated runs. Because the other thing that I saw from Taylor is not an in between the tackle running back. He is not a handoff running back. He's a very good receiver. He is a very good threat on the sides and hitting the hash. Very good. He ain't Lacey. They have one of one. We have 3 guys that can go between the tackles. They have one. And if he's not ready to go, and now all of a sudden those 6 guys that you dedicate to stopping the run now don't have to worry so much about
what will those 6 guys do, Clint? Will they just sort of stand around, or what do you think they'll do instead?
They will be grabbing.
What do you think Gabe Harris and Quintavious Johnson and Elijah Griffin, and what do you think those guys are going to do?
They will be taking pins, putting them in their ears to get aerodynamic.
Yeah, it's a spoiler, if you will. Yeah.
Okay. It's a bad recipe when you're already going to become one-dimensional against an improved secondary for Kirby Smart and Glenn Schumann, but now you lose your bell cow. And again, losing as in he's not going to be anything near his physical, because that's Lacey's game. Lacey is a physical guy.
Yeah. He sucked against Georgia the first time, and nobody can run the ball against us, but he is a physical back. I have a lot of thoughts about this game. We got plenty of time to get.
We do.
But I have lots of thoughts about this game. I've got Austin Simmons' thoughts about this game. So remind me at some point to talk about the Ole Miss quarterback situation, because I think things could get a little weird this week with the Ole Miss quarterback situation.
You mean how the guy went to concussion protocol because he clearly had a concussion and they let him play the game? Do you mean that?
Is that what I mean? No,
he clearly had a concussion.
Is that what I mean? I'm not sure. All I know is that they had a Heisman front runner in Austin Simmons. Okay. My Pete Golding thought is this.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to get to that.
First of all, shame on Joe Tessitore. Call Steph Curry's people and bring back Holy Moly. And then all of this can go away, Joe Tess. That's all we want from you.
Secondly, Joe Tess, don't call Jesse Palmer a naughty little elf. That was too much on the broadcast.
Okay. Save that for your private Slack channel. Third, get Rob Riggle on a broadcast instead of Jesse Palmer. This is what all the people are wanting.
That's what we want.
Fourth. Why is Pete Golding being lauded as like this Ole Miss folk hero? Like, you know what? I'm not leaving Oxford, Mississippi. I came here to do a job, and this is the job. I'm not going to leave. Okay.
Yeah.
He was never offered a job with Lane Kiffin at LSU because he wasn't good.
No other college football program in America offered Pete a job.
Lane Kiffin wanted Charlie Weiss Jr. He didn't want Pete Golding.
There was a seat on the plane for Charlie Weiss Jr.
Not for Pete Golding. For Charlie Weiss Jr.'s dog, there was a seat on the plane. Not Pete Golding.
Not Lane's dog, but yeah, I digress.
Yeah. That's the first thing. The second thing is he was a defensive coordinator who was offered the head coaching job of an SEC football program. His first ever head coaching job of an SEC football program. And the fact that he accepted a much better job than he was qualified for, a much better job than anyone in the country would have offered him. And now all of a sudden he's like this, you know what? I'm loyal. I'm loyal to Ole Miss. Ole Miss fans are so desperate and so pathetic.
Thirsty for affection.
Pathetic.
Daddy abandoned you.
Let me say this slowly so that everyone will hear it.
Sure. Texas
A&M is 10 times the football program that Ole Miss is. Full stop.
Let me Vanderbilt, better program than you.
Right now, Vanderbilt. Not historically, but right now, Vanderbilt, better job than Ole Miss.
Missouri, better job than you.
Job.
South Carolina,
That's why all three of these programs have better coaches than your current head coach.
Oh, no.
He's loyal. You know what? He said, I'm not leaving Oxford. I came here to do a job, and I'm going to do it.
Because he didn't have an option.
He didn't have any options. Kirby wouldn't have hired him as an analyst.
You know, Daniel, I really don't want to become the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons.
So you're going to stay with the Locked On Bulldogs podcast? Is that what you're saying?
I'm staying with you.
Because
Daniel.
of your loyalty?
Because I'm loyal to this program and you.
How about it, guys?
I'm not going to become the next GM of the Atlanta Braves.
How about this guy? Look at him.
Look
at him. What a haircut. What a haircut. Guys, it's going to be a really fun week and a half. Ole Miss fans, welcome to the pod.
You can tell me you want your team to win.
That's great. Everyone should want their team to win. Yeah.
If you come at me honestly believing you will win, you're a fraudulent person who doesn't know football.
Sure.
Again, I'm not guaranteeing, George, we have to go out and execute.
Sure.
But there is literally nothing on the planet that says you should
I got
or
so many
could.
thoughts on this.
I mean, this game highlighted to me all the deficiencies of Ole Miss, not accentuate the highlights.
Next time we come back, we're going to get into the date on the calendar this game is played. And why it is the most significant thing about this game and why it will mean unequivocally that Ole Miss will be at a distinct disadvantage in this matchup. He's Clint. I am Daniel. We're the Locked On Bulldogs, and we'll be here all week, every day. It's Christmas week next week. We're going to have a full week of shows for you. We'll figure it out. I don't know when the shows will be out. Don't ask me what the schedule is. If it's not out at 7 a.m. the way that it normally is, don't come at me. It'll get there at some point.
No, legit.
No. Don't. Don't come at me. It'll get there at some point. We'll figure it out. But we got lots to talk about. New Year's Day, Georgia, Ole Miss. It's going to be fun, and we'll see you guys then.
See you.